Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Skyrim Special Edition 2018 graphics tutorial, the large texture packs. I would like to point out that I had some technical difficulties with recording this part. I probably have recorded it for 4 or 5 freaking times already. First time I did record it with NVIDIA Shadowplay again, like I did with the previous 2 parts, but it gave me some corrupt video files, some weird delays, some sync errors. For that I did record the entire tutorial. Let's see, why is my... yeah, like this, with live screen capture, but the problem with that was that the graphics quality of the desktop recording is very poor and it's also at 30 FPS. Then later I discovered Action, which is the best tool I've been using so far, but Action is giving me video files which I cannot edit with my video editing program. So for that, yeah, I didn't really know what to do, and thankfully NVIDIA released new driver updates, new GeForce Experience updates, and for that I was able to use Shadowplay again because it seems they fixed the bug issues. So I'm probably going to record this tutorial for the 5th or 6th time maybe, I have really no idea. But anyway, yeah, let's hope this is definitely going to be the final time I'm going to record this because we have so many parts to record still. Anyway, enough talk about my technical difficulties with recording. Go to the large texture packs part here. Then what you want to do, download the first 3 parts. So let's open up the first 3 mods. That is static mesh improvement mods. Go to files, download the main file. Runes clutter improve, download the second file, which is did with a options form. And you want to also download from enhanced textures detail the main file. So this one. Then you want to go to mod organizer again. Then you want to add the first file, which is then of course static mesh improvement mod, and let's wait for it. Then when you have the options form, you can, what I usually do by the way is just I click on this drop down menu and I correct my original file name, but it doesn't really matter that much because I usually do this of the numbering. But as you can see here, the mod organizer has its own priority list, which you can see that it has this order of organizing things by itself already. But since I really like my own file names, if I can say it like that, I'm always use my original file names. But again, it doesn't really matter. Then you want to make sure to click on Skyrim Skyrim Special Edition everything, and I click on install. And then let's wait a little bit since this is not a super large file for part number 2. And what we don't want to forget here always on the left side is to activate the plugins, or activate the mods I mean, and in this case it adds a plugin. The second one was Runes Clutter Improved, and here also I'm correcting the file name. Install everything, and I click on install, and Runes Clutter Improved is also a pretty small file. Alright, activate Runes Clutter Improved, and the third file was Enhanced Textures Detail UV Tweaks. So let's wait for it to finish initializing. And 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, okay. Correct file name. And I don't want to install static mesh improvement mod conflicting files. I click on next, and here we want to pick these mountains and volcanic pools. We want to install rock and cairns, mark red rocks, and stone walls. But stone walls are maybe going to be replaced later with 3D walls, but I'm not really sure if 3D walls will also add texture files. I think it does, but anyway, let's just to be sure, pick stone walls, and I click next, and then select SHG rocks. Then click on next, and I'm gonna leave these unchecked because we're going to install a lot better textures later on for these specific things. And I click on install, and then while it is installing, we can go to the next couple of mods, which is Skyrim Realistic Overhaul, Noble Skyrim HD2K, and Solstheim Landscape Overhaul. And for Skyrim Realistic Overhaul, it does not come with a link to Nexus Mods, so this is an external site. What you want to do here is click on Files, You want to download overall part 1, 2, 3. So these 3 parts, which are all pretty large, by the way. These 2 are almost 2 gigabytes, and this is 800 megabytes, something like that. And then you want to download this update. So not for the original Skyrim, because we want to have this one. This is for Skyrim Special Edition. So download these 4 files for Skyrim Realistic Overall. Then for Noble Skyrim, you want to download the full pack for Skyrim Special Edition here as well. Make sure you pick Skyrim Special Edition. That's pretty important, because if you would pick original Skyrim, and this comes with an ESP file, so a plugin. This is a plugin for Old RIM if you would pick for original Skyrim, and that will definitely crash your Skyrim Special Edition. So make sure Skyrim Special Edition. Download this pack, and then you also want to download this static mesh improvement mod patch for Noble Skyrim. And then the third file from now on is Solstheim Landscape Overall, and that's just a single file. Okay, great. Let's activate Enhanced Textures Detail. Then let's add Skyrim Realistic Overall. Click Manual. And what you want to do now is right click on Data and set the data directory. Because it can happen that the mod has been packed incorrectly or with another top folder, which Mod Organizer 2 might not recognize. And then just to be sure you want to correct the data directory to be 100% sure that Mod Organizer knows where the textures, meshes, folders, etc. are. Then click on OK, and this is going to take a while since the first 2 parts are pretty large. So let's wait for it, and then I'll see you guys at the next part. When it's finished, I mean. All right, then you want to activate the part that we just added, and we want to do the same for part 2. So double click it. I'm correcting the file name. Click on Manual, and then right click on Data Directory and set Data Directory. Then press OK, and this is also going to take a couple of minutes, so let's wait for this as well. Okay, then we activate the second part as well, then the third part of Realistic Overall. So correct the file name, click Manual, set the data directory, and yeah, you're all a pro now in setting data directories correctly. Press OK, and yeah, also let's wait for this third part. Okay, part 3, then what we also want to do is to add this update. Then this is pretty small, or at least a lot smaller than the first 3 parts. Then expand this menu, right click on data, set this as data directory, then press OK. And yep, as you can see, it goes a lot faster than especially the second 2 parts. And then activate the update. And now we have installed part 1 to 3 and the update of Skyrim Realistic Overall. Now let's continue with Noble Skyrim. Click on Manual, set data directory correct, and let's wait. It's gonna take a minute or something. Okay, activate Noble Skyrim. Then we also want to add the patch file, which we did download as well. Click on Manual, set data directory correctly, press OK for the patch file for Noble Skyrim. Then let's see, the last thing we did download so far is Solstheim Landscape Overall HD. Click Manual, set data directory correct. That's something, yeah, we know by now. Okay, we can then continue already downloading the next couple of parts because Mod Organizer is busy. So maybe we can open up all parts which are remaining for part number 3. So let's open them all up. This is the SSE texture pack Asmodeus. Click on Files and download the 1.3 latest file now at the moment as we speak. Forgottenville HD Ice Textures, there's only 1 file, so that's pretty easy. HD Lava for Dawnguard, you have to choose between 4K and 2K. If you're playing at 1080p, you can pick 2K, I always suggest that, but this is very specific lava only for Dawnguard, and for that, yeah, I would say just pick 4K in this case only. For Just Ice, this one actually comes in 4K, 2K, and hybrid. 4K, 2K, hybrid. Either pick 2K or the 4K, 2K hybrid. I'm picking 4K because I'm a screenshot, I'm a screen archer, and I am a showcase archer. But in your case, do not do that. Just select 2K or maybe 4K, 2K if you have a good computer. And then the next mod is Soul Karn HD. It only has one file, I think. Yeah, or at least one choice, and that's only the difference is textures. Same applies for here. Pick 2K, 1K if you're only doing it for gameplay. And the last mod is Sovereign Guard HD, and what you would download here is the Sovereign Guard HD, this main file, and you want to download the HD Sovereign Guard HD Enhanced Lights and Effects patch. So after you've done all that, you can go back to Mod Organizer, activate Solstheim Landscape Overall. Then you want to go to this is the Asmodeus pack, so the first mod that we did download after our previous mods. Then let's add it into our Mod Organizer, click Manual, set the data directory correct, press OK. And let's wait for this to initialize. And this is, I think, the only last one which is a little bit larger than the rest, so yeah, should be fine with waiting for the rest. But anyway, let's activate the Asmodeus pack, and then number 12 is the Forgotten Vale HD Ice Textures pack. Yeah, you know what to do, set data directory correct, then activate the mod. Number 13 is the HD Lava, same applies here as well. Just correcting the data directories. Just Ice, you probably have 2K, I have 4K. And here we go. Let's see, number 15 is the Soul Karn HD. Manual, okay. Again, here you also probably have picked 2K instead of 4K. Activate the mod here as well. Then we want to have Sovereign Guard HD, the main file. Manual, okay. This one has been packed correct, actually. That's nice. And then the last file is the patch file, which we can add, but we wait for activation, and I'll explain to you why we do that in a bit. First of all, check if it's been packed correctly. It should be. Then click on OK. And instead of activating this, we don't want to activate it yet. We want to activate this after we have installed Enhanced Lights and Effects, and even then we want to drag and drop it after the mod Enhanced Lights and Effects. That's a lighting mod. So how do we not forget to do this? I mean, we're going to install over 250 mods. I mean, something like that, maybe even 300 or more. So what I do in these cases, first of all, a good indication is that we don't check this mod anyway, because it's no use. It has to be checked after Enhanced Lights and Effects, so we need to drag and drop it after Enhanced Lights and Effects mod. What I usually do is you double click on this mod, and then you go to Notes, and then we fill in something has to be placed and activated after Enhanced Lights and Effects. Okay, I click on Close, and when you hover your mouse over this node, it will say has to be placed and activated after Enhanced Lights and Effects. So we know after we install a lot of mods and we hover over a mod list and we see, hey, this is not activated, what's wrong with it? We can just read our nodes, so we know has to be placed and activated after Enhanced Lights and Effects. So don't activate this mod yet, not needed. The only thing we need to do now still is drag and drop alternate start live another life plugin underneath the static mesh improvement mod. So this is all the way at the bottom. And then you might want to start your Skyrim special edition, see if you did not by accident picked a Skyrim version of a mod, or at least of a plugin. For the ones which you had to choose between Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition. And if your Skyrim works, you can enter your game. Then it's all fine. And then, yeah, then if that works, I'll see you guys at the next part.